My grandfather and I were very close. He died a long time ago. The last thing he said to my mother was, "Please remember me." And there's this song in this movie, Coco, that just says it all.
Until you're in my arms again, remember me.
My grandfather was George Youngquist. He was born in 1903 to Swedish immigrant parents, Ida and Frederick. George had a good childhood in Southern California. He met a beautiful nursing student by the name of Florence. They got married in 1936. They had 2 lovely daughters, the oldest of which was my mother. Sadly, Florence died at the age of 43 of breast cancer. My mother was 14 years old. I was born 6 years later. Gramps was the kindest, most patient man I've ever known. He'd come up and we'd rub noses. He'd call them Eskimo kisses. Then we'd rub, that 5 o'clock shadow. I knew I was loved. He always had a camera in his hand. He was always recording things. He had stories to tell. He even took pictures of a rare 1949 snowstorm in Pasadena. I follow in his footsteps, telling stories with pictures. He'd come to our house on Sundays a lot of the time for dinner. I'd take him around the rose garden at our house. I still grow roses to this day and think of him. Gramps was one sharp dresser. These cufflinks right here are actually his. I made him this custom hat. I call this hat the George. So Gramps, when you say, "Please remember me," I got you covered.
Stories have power. They help us understand.
I'm George Youngquist's grandson, Doug Jessop, ABC4 News.